Hey, and welcome to Healthier and Happier Humans, episode 18. I'm Ashley McGee, and I want to talk to you about balancing your health goals with your social life. I see this all the time. You want to be social, and it can be really, really difficult if you're eating a specific way, not drinking alcohol, and it's like another level of deprivation. You're like, not only can I not eat or drink the things, but now I can't hang out with my friends because my friends aren't going to be eating or are going to eat and drink all those things, and now I can't go. Okay. As someone who regularly will go to a bar and say, yeah, I'm not drinking right now with my friends, I'm telling you, you can balance this. So let's get into the why, right? So you want to change your body, your life. You want a healthier lifestyle, but you also want to have a social life. This completely makes sense to me, right? So how do you balance both? Because if you don't figure out how to balance them, you are going to drop one or the other. And typically people drop the health goals because that's the the less fun thing than your weekly happy hour, right? Okay. So I have a few ways that you can really balance this out. And yes, it's going to take some thought and some foresight and also willpower, right? It can be difficult to go out with your friends and you see all of them drinking and you're like, oh my God, all I want to do is drink a glass of wine. But you're like, no, I'm really not drinking right now, or whatever it is, right? It can be really, really difficult. So it does take some willpower. I'm not gonna lie to you there. But here are some ways that you can balance your health goals and your social life. So first thing, there are alternatives to drinking or lower calorie options, right? So if you are going to order something, I recommend sticking with one type of alcohol, whatever it is, and also avoid mixed drinks. Mixed drinks are going to have way more sugar in them, and they're going to really pack the calories. If you are the type of person that likes something you can mix with a soda, so like vodka soda, and I mean like soda water, not like soda, but like vodka soda, for example, or gin and tonic's actually hard because tonic has a ton of sugar in it, fun fact. But we'll stick with vodka soda. Anytime you have something that's mixed with essentially water, you're going to have, it's going to be a lower calorie option. It's going to be a little bit more of a clean option. You can also do, like I often will do like whiskey on the rocks or neat. And the reason isn't that whiskey is necessarily like less calorie dense, but if I'm drinking whiskey neat or on the rocks, I'm not going to drink as much of it and I'm going to drink it really slowly. So that's kind of a way to trick yourself into like, hey, yeah, like I'm enjoying myself, I'm imbibing, if that's, like your goals. And like, I'm not trying to pass judgment on anyone here, right? Like if you want to drink. If you don't drink, that's cool too. I'm just trying to support you all. So there you go. But yeah, it makes you feel like, yes, I'm having a drink, I'm enjoying myself, I'm out, I'm unwinding, whatever. But you're not going to necessarily just be pounding drinks because, y'all, you shouldn't be just pounding whiskey. Unless you're like 22 and you still have like the liver to do that. I don't anymore. It's fine. Moving on. So, another thing is, so like my go-to, I'm doing dry January right now. Okay. So I haven't been drinking all month. And what I do when I go out is I order a club soda with lime. It is my go-to. It makes me feel satiated. It makes me feel like I'm, still enjoying myself, but obviously it's water. So, try something like that. See if there's an alternative that fills that kind of gap for you. Okay. The second thing I wanted to talk about is like what to look for on a menu. Okay, step one, I recommend avoiding anything breaded or fried. Okay, it's just an easy avoidance. Okay. When you're looking at a menu, try to think in terms of macros. And this is straight up what I do. So I'm just relaying to you the same things that I use in my life with the hope that you apply it and it helps you achieve your goals. So what I mean by looking at your plate and thinking in terms of macros is, all right, macronutrients are protein, carbs, fat. You want to choose a meal that's going to fit the balance of however you're eating right now, right? Like, I'm not going to tell you what your macro count should be. Personally, I tend to do lower carb, moderate protein, moderate healthy fats. So if I'm going to do a carb, I'm looking for vegetables. I look for like a lean protein most of the times, although I also like a good burger with bacon on it. So whatever. It's all about balance, y'all. And look for, you don't really need to worry about healthy fats so much, because for the most part, the vast majority of restaurants are cooking things in either butter or olive oil, so you're gonna get your fats. So look at the protein and the sides. Again, if you avoid things that are breaded or fried or packed full of like dairy or wheat, those are going to be your healthier alternatives for the most part, especially if you're trying to eat clean. Eating clean is eliminating and minimizing inflammatory foods. Big inflammatory foods are things like dairy, wheat, sugar, etc. So if you look to limit those, that is going to be a healthier option for you. And again, you're out and about and you're still enjoying yourself with your friends, but you're not completely tanking your goals in order to do that. And the other thing, most restaurants at this point tend to have like a healthier section in their menus. So take a look at those. But I don't want you to be afraid to order things in the other part of the menu. A lot of times you can also ask for like substitutions that will make something healthier. For example, if I really, really want a burger, but I don't want the bread, easy day. I order the burger and ask for no bread, no bun, and serve on like a bed of arugula. I'm getting the burger, which is what I really want, and I'm not eating the bread, which I want to avoid. So that is how you can kind of approach the food aspect of it. You can also do the research ahead of time, and if you know where you're going for dinner, look up the menu and see, okay, I know right now I'm trying to eat more plant-based and avoid animal proteins, as an example. You can look at the menu and say, oh, okay, so they have this. Perfect. I know, I have an idea of what I'm going to order, and you have less anxiety about it. And then the third tip I have for you is, look for some other activities that are not necessarily happy hour or drinking. You can do workouts with your friends, even if it's just a walk or a bike ride, right? It doesn't have to be like a group class, although that's great too. But you can host a game night, which I'm super excited. I'm going to try to get going. So think about ways that you can get together socially with friends and coworkers that are maybe a little bit off the beaten path. Doing an escape room is also a super fun way to bond, for one, or decide that you never want to be locked in a room with someone ever again. That too. But it's something a little bit different. So those are my 3 tips. Just to recap, look at alternatives to drinking or lower calorie options. And I hate calories. I really mean lower sugar options. That's really what I'm trying to help you guys out with. This is look for options that are going to have less sugar, because calories are whatever is my thought on that. Second, look for healthier choices on the menu. And third, try different activities other than happy hour or drinking. I hope you found these helpful, and I'm so excited for you to use these tips to go out and continue living your most healthy and abundant life. Until next time, we'll talk soon.